Hello, my friends. If you're over 55 or caring for someone who is, this may be one of the most important health conversations you'll ever hear. Every year, sepsis quietly takes more lives than heart attacks or strokes, and most people don't see it coming, not because they don't care, but because the early warning signs look normal. Fatigue, chills, confusion, loss of appetite. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 early warning signs of sepsis that many older adults ignore every day, and how certain everyday foods can weaken your body's defenses, making sepsis far more dangerous. I'll keep this simple, calm, and practical, just like I would if you were sitting in my clinic. Let's start with the big picture. Sepsis is not an infection itself. It's a life-threatening overreaction of your immune system to an infection. A small problem, like a urinary tract infection, pneumonia, a cut on the skin, or even the flu, can trigger a chain reaction. Instead of protecting you, the immune system goes into overdrive, causing organ damage, confusion, low blood pressure, and shock. Older adults are at much higher risk because the immune system naturally slows with age. Chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease strain the body. Certain foods and medications reduce inflammation control. The key to survival is early recognition. So let's talk about the first warning sign. This is one of the most overlooked signs of sepsis in people over 55. You may notice trouble finding words, feeling spacey or disconnected, sudden forgetfulness, difficulty following conversations, acting unlike yourself. Many families think, oh, it's just age. Maybe it's dehydration. They didn't sleep well. But sudden confusion can be a red flag that infection toxins are affecting the brain. Important. If confusion appears quickly, especially with fever, weakness, or illness, that is not normal aging. Here's something most doctors don't explain clearly enough. Certain foods increase brain inflammation and weaken immune signaling, making confusion worse during infection. Foods that silently worsen brain fog in aging bodies: sugary breakfast cereals, white bread and refined carbs, sweetened drinks, even fruit juices, ultra-processed snacks. These cause blood sugar spikes, increased inflammation, and slower infection response. When infection hits, the brain is less protected. What to eat instead? Simple swaps. Oatmeal with nuts or berries, eggs with vegetables, plain yogurt with seeds, whole grains instead of white bread. These support steady blood sugar and brain clarity, which matters in early infection. This isn't normal tiredness. Sepsis-related fatigue feels sudden, heavy, draining even after rest, out of proportion to activity. People often say, I feel like I've been hit by a truck. I can't even lift my arms. I just want to lie down and disappear. Your body is using massive energy to fight infection, and that exhaustion is a signal, not a weakness. As we age, muscle and energy reserves shrink. Diets high in fried foods, processed meats, excess salt, and low-quality oils force the immune system to work harder. Supportive foods for resilience: lean protein, fish, beans, chicken, healthy fats, olive oil, nuts, colorful vegetables, adequate hydration. These don't prevent infection, but they help the body respond faster and safer. So far, we've covered confusion and extreme fatigue, 2 early warning signs many people miss. Welcome back, my friends. If you're just joining us, we've already covered 2 early warning signs of sepsis that are often mistaken for normal aging: sudden confusion and deep, unusual exhaustion. Now let's continue, because the next signs are even more dangerous when they're ignored. Most people think infection always causes a high fever, But in adults over 55, sepsis can do the opposite. You may notice feeling unusually cold, chills or shivering, cold hands and feet, pale or clammy skin. Here's the critical point. A low body temperature during infection can be more dangerous than a high one. It often means the body is losing control of its temperature regulation, a sign the immune system is struggling. Many older adults say, "I just couldn't get warm," or "I thought the room was cold." This is not something to ignore. As we age, metabolism naturally slows, but certain foods make it worse. Foods that weaken temperature and circulation response. Highly processed frozen meals, excess alcohol, low-protein diets, skipping meals. These reduce muscle mass and blood flow, both essential for heat regulation during illness. Better choices: warm soups with vegetables and protein, fish, eggs, and lentils. Adequate calories, not restrictive dieting. Hydration with electrolytes when sick. A nourished body handles infection stress far better. This is one of the clearest medical red flags. You may notice breathing faster than normal, feeling air hungry, chest tightness, difficulty speaking full sentences. This can happen even without lung disease. Why? Sepsis reduces oxygen delivery to tissues. The body responds by breathing faster to compensate. Many people think it's anxiety or "I'm just out of shape," but sudden breathing changes during illness require immediate attention. Inflammation thickens blood and strains oxygen delivery. Foods that increase inflammatory burden, sugary desserts, refined seed oils, processed meat. Foods that support circulation, omega-3 rich fish, leafy greens, garlic and turmeric, plenty of water. These don't cure sepsis, but they reduce baseline strain on the system. This is a sign many people never connect to infection. Watch for urinating much less than usual, dark, concentrated urine, dry mouth or cracked lips. This suggests dehydration or kidney stress, both common in early sepsis. The kidneys are often the first affected. One habit increases risk dramatically after 60, ignoring hydration and appetite loss during illness. When sick, drink fluids even if you're not thirsty. Eat light, nourishing meals. Avoid alcohol completely. Dehydration accelerates organ stress and infection spread. Now you know all 5 early warning signs. In Part 3, I'll cover when to go to the ER, no hesitation, a simple checklist you can save, and how to protect yourself and loved ones after 55. Welcome back, my friends. If you've stayed with me this far, you're doing something very important, not just for yourself, but for the people who love you. Now, let's bring everything together in a way that's clear, practical, and life-saving. If any infection is present, urinary, lung, skin, dental, flu, or even a small wound, go to the emergency room or call emergency services immediately if you notice one or more of the following: sudden confusion or mental changes, extreme weakness or exhaustion, feeling very cold or shivering uncontrollably, fast or difficult breathing, very little urine or dark urine. Do not wait to see if it passes. Do not assume it's age. Time saves lives. Doctors know that every hour of delay increases the risk of death in sepsis. Here's an easy way to remember the danger signs. I encourage you to write this down or share it with family. C. Confusion, new or sudden. T. Temperature, very high or unusually low. B. Breathing, fast or labored. U. Urination, much less than normal. E. Extreme weakness. If 2 or more appear during illness, get help immediately. While sepsis isn't always preventable, you can stack the odds in your favor. 1. Treat infections early. Don't ignore UTIs, coughs, wounds, or fevers. Finish prescribed antibiotics. Follow up if symptoms change. 2. Eat to support immune balance. Avoid ultra-processed foods, ultra-sugar, frequent fried meals. Choose instead protein at every meal, vegetables of different colors, healthy fats like olive oil, enough calories, especially when sick. 3. Stay hydrated, especially during illness. Sip fluids regularly. Add electrolytes if appetite is low. Watch urine color as a hydration signal. I want to leave you with this. Sepsis doesn't mean you were careless. It doesn't mean you were weak. It means your body needed help, and the sooner it gets that help, the better the outcome. Trust your instincts, respect sudden changes, and never apologize for seeking care. If this video helped you, please share it with someone over 55. Leave a comment so more people can see it. Subscribe for trusted, clear health guidance. Your life matters. Your awareness saves lives. Thank you for listening, and take good care of yourself.